Hello and welcome to RC Projects, and today we're going to be fixing my Tamiya M05. Now this is a fresh build, it's never been run properly before. If you saw the last video, I did a quick summary of all the problems I'm having with it, particularly a front chatter issue in the suspension. The actual front suspension shakes when you're on quite a lot of lock on throttle, and it's going to start wearing out stuff really quick, so I'm going to try and fix that today. The other issue I'm having is when I'm actually turning quite a lot, it's rubbing on the body. Now these are the same dimension, these are different wheels, but they're the same dimensions as other ones that I've got, as these stock mini light ones. They're the same dimensions, same offset, same everything. So there's nothing different there, and we're still having some serious rubbing issues at the front. The back's fine, it's just the front. But I'm going to tackle that in another part, part 2. But today all I want to get sorted is this front chatter issue. See, I've got full steering, which is all fine, fairly quick. Going straight, it's fairly smooth. So it's not going to be perfect because the wheels are never going to be completely aligned, but it's pretty good. But when I start to turn, so in the M05 problems video that I posted a while ago, I had a few suggestions for fixing it, 4 in fact. The first one would be, and the most popular was drive shafts. Brand new drive shafts, universal ones. We've also got a new diff. This is the standard Tamiya ball differential for the M05. We've got some little shock rubber O-rings to put into the dog bones that are already in there. Well, to put into the drive cups to help space it out. So there's that suggestion. And finally, to shim up the front suspension. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it sort of methodically, and I think we'll try and shim the suspension first, then we'll try the O-rings in the drive cups, then we'll try the new drive shafts, and then after that we'll try the new diff. Now this is going to be quite involved, the new diff, because I've got to take the whole chassis apart, so I might do that in a separate video. Don't know yet, but it depends how this stuff goes. So we're going to try shim the suspension first, see if that helps. Now the reason for shimming the front suspension is because of this. See, there's a load of play between the kingpin and the actual hub itself. So I'm going to try and take all that out. You need to leave a tiny little bit just so that it's actually free to move, but it doesn't need to be that much. There's loads there, and that's going to create quite a lot of unpredictability in the handling. So I'm going to try and fix that first. Just to give you guys a little bit of help, these are the shims that I'm using. These are 3 racing shims. These are 5mm ones, which it refers to the inside diameter of the shim. And these are 0.3mm thickness, and I'm using 2 for each side. So you can see it's cured all the play problems. There's no play in there at all, and it's still free to move. I've taken the ball joint off and moved it around, and it's still free to move, which is good. So I'm going to do the other side because there's still swap hands. See, there's still loads of play in there. So I'll put another 2 shims at the top and the bottom, and then we'll see if that's fixed the chattering issue. Shims fitted, let's see if that's fixed the front chattering issue. That's on. Steering's the same, so let's try some throttle. Nope, it's about the same. It's probably a bit worse actually. But it's what I thought was going to happen anyway. I did want to shim the front suspension, so I'm going to leave it like that anyway. But yeah, so that up and down movement there has not solved the chattering issue, probably because that up and down motion actually dampened it a little bit. And now that that's shimmed up and that's all tight, it's causing it to shake sideways more. So yeah, the shims didn't work, but no worries. Let's try putting a little O-ring in the drive shaft and see if that fixes it. So having undone what I've just done, taking the front, top and bottom kingpins off with the shims as well. I'm going to be getting new kingpins, by the way, some low friction ones, because these Phillips heads always strip out the head in them is always weird, and it always strips out, so I'm going to get some hex head ones instead. But yeah, so I've taken those off, just taken the front knuckle off, and I already suspected that I did put some O-rings in there already, but I wasn't sure. But let's see if I'm getting it. You can see there's O-rings in there already. They're already in there, and it's still chattering, and that's the place that you want to put them. You don't want to put them on the other side, you want to put them in there on the diff side. So yeah, don't need to do that. So clearly that's not the solution either. So next up is going to be drive shafts. So these are the drive shafts that I've ordered. Now I was told on the website, I got them from eBay, and from the seller did say in the description that these fit the M05, but they do say on the packet for M03M. But I'm going to give them a try, and hopefully they'll fit. So let's get them installed and see if that fixes the chattering issue. So I've got the one side done, this side. Had a little bit of an issue. I started it up just to give it a go. It was making a clicking noise, but I realised that was because I hadn't shimmed this all the way out. I'll show you a close-up later on, but I shimmed this part of the axle here, just behind the hex. I usually do anyway, and it stops the in and out movement of the wheel from the hub. So I've shimmed that out, and it's not making a clicking noise anymore, which is all good. But a big public service announcement I want to make with these drive shafts, with any universal drive shafts you get, you need to take them apart and Loctite them. The last time I didn't do that with the drift project. One came apart and ate at the upright. It came out, bent the pin, and ate the upright and destroyed the universal joint. So you need to Loctite them as soon as you get them, before you put them in. Now, for the purposes of this video and to make it a bit faster, I'm just going to put them in, test it, and then when if they work, fine, I'll take them back out and Loctite them. But I always Loctite them anyway, just to let you know, you need to Loctite your universal drive shafts. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side, and then we can give it a test and see if it works. Success! So it appears that new drive shafts are the answer to your front chattering problem on the M05, which is good news. It's really smooth now. There's only an ever so slight bit of chatter right at the end of the steering movement, but I expect that anyway. It's quite an extreme steering angle to have, and any drive shaft's going to chatter no matter how, the more angle you put in, and that was quite an extreme angle. So I'll just take it off. I just adjust the end point ever so slightly, but nothing compared to what it was before. It was down to sort of like a 50% endpoint adjustment, just so it didn't chatter. But now it's all smooth, it's all free moving, and I'm very, very happy. So those 3 racing universal drive shafts have fit and have solved the problem, which is fantastic news. I can actually drive it now, but I still can't put the body on because of this front rubbing issue. So I'm going to tackle that in the next episode, in the next part of fixing the M05. I've had a couple of suggestions. One, to shave the edge of the tyres down, because it's this very edge here, this outer edge, that's catching on the body. So if I shave that down with like a standing blade or something, get it spinning and just shave it down, that might help. And also rub it, sanding a bit on the body as well, that might help as well. So I'm going to try that in the next episode. In regards to the diff, the new diff that I bought, it was an upgrade I was going to do anyway, so I'll leave it a bit, see how it's running, and then I can choose to do that later on if I want. It can be the next episode of the mini project. But yeah, other than that, that's me done. Issue solved, issue fixed. Very, very happy. Again, it was a £13 fix roughly, which shouldn't have happened from stock, from the factory. But it's fixed now, it's all sorted, so I'll be able to run it properly without fear of breaking anything in the front suspension. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you've liked the new setup. Me trying to work around this small area, it's quite difficult and it's going to take some getting used to, but hopefully it looks a lot better with the new picture quality and better lighting and stuff. So yeah, I hope you've liked the new setup. I hope you found this useful. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to check out the Facebook and Twitter pages, links are down below in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you next time on RC Projects. Bye.